Okay, we have the pizza here. You can see how beautiful tested out. As I told you, the bottom part is very crusty and it's brown. When you touch it, you can see the crispiness. Now you have to do is eat.
Alright, so there you go, a very healthy dinner for any child. And now I'm sure you personally tested out this pizza as well. What's your feedback?
It was delicious. Of course, if you tell the ingredients, the child might not eat it. It's actually spinach and pumpkin, but it was really good.
So what do you say to the child when he's like, okay, Mom, what's in this? It's full of unicorns and full of wonder. What do you say, like, when they ask you?
You say, it's pizza, just eat it.
Okay.
They love it.
True. Yeah,
Actually, yeah, when you say pizza, I don't think many children will ask questions after that. But you find that although many adults also struggle with weight, the weight issue is becoming something that's becoming very prominent in children as well, mostly because of the sedentary lifestyles that most children lead nowadays. And going back to Jason's question about how physical activity can sort of relate to weight loss, how can parents go about really incorporating a lot more physical activity to the lifestyles of their children?
That's right.
Basically, sedentary lifestyle is a child with very little or no physical activity. So childhood is when you're in childhood, it's very important for the child to have a lot of physical activities, because this is the time your body is developing,
Right.
plus you're developing your motor skills.
Yeah.
Right. So when the child is inactive, it leads into health threats, obesity, as you say, and the fact that the child even cannot concentrate or even may have low self-esteem.
Oh, I see.
Right? It could affect their academic performance as well. But when you are physically very active, right, you need to understand physical activeness comes with the balance of nutritious meal plus physical activities, right? Goes together. So the more your child moves, they eat better, they sleep better.
Of course. And that's
Right?
great for the parents as well.
Yeah. Wait, are there any other suggestions to a child losing weight apart from, like, physical activity?
You need to have physical activities unless the child stops eating. And as you said, it's a lifestyle. Like we live in a very high-tech environment now, so like everything is gadgets and stuff. So as a parent, you need to log it down, because you can't deprive the child of not using gadgets. You need to give them the exposure, but you need to give them more priority for physical activities and less priority for their gadgets and on-screen entertainment.
Right.
So
what are the best sports that a child can sort of take part in during their school life and as they're growing up, to really get all of their motor skills working properly? And what are the sports that really help a child to develop in that way?
I can't recommend or specifically mention a sport, any physical activity, like even going for a walk. Right? This is good for you. So what extent you want to push yourself to actively be involved in a sport should be a passion. You can't tell your child, okay, this sport is good for you, I like it, so you do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's all about what you want, but any kind of physical activities, at least 1 hour a day.
Right. So once a parent helps the child, I'm sure the parent will also get interested in maintaining that.
Again, lead by example. So you can't be a couch potato and expect your child to have a very active lifestyle.
Who are you calling couch potato? No. All right, but here's one quick tip from Jason. This is very important for you.
Go ahead, Jason.
If you want the kid to, well, this is what I did. I used to chase a lot of squirrels when I was a kid, and that was my physical activity. I didn't play sports. I chased squirrels.
All right.
No problem.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure your parents were very happy with that.
It's been
as well.
approved from the chase squirrels. You're at MTV. We care about you chase.
But in your opinion, do you really think that we are overfeeding our children with the wrong type of food here in Sri Lanka? I mean, with the children you've worked with as well as the parents you've consulted, do you see that as a trend?
Yeah.
I think what happens is parents giving into too much of demand of what the child wants to eat, and when the child even misses one meal, they are like, they need to eat, and they just feed the child of the sake of feeding. Child really doesn't need that kind of food at that moment of time, and they fall into blackmailing and whining, because they're so emotionally involved with the child, and they're like, okay, whatever you want you can get right now. So you need to understand, you need to have the awareness as a parent. This is the first thing a child will do when they're growing up. They take control of the meals. Every child does that before they grow up, because they take control of what they want to eat. And so if the parent in the house or the mother in the house always falls onto that trap, and it's like she blames herself on her cooking skills or her inability of providing the child the right meal, the child is always going to do it. So you need to have very healthy meal patterns, plan it out, stick to it, and well, child will have to fall in line.
Right. You mentioned before, getting into junk food for a quick second, you mentioned that if you don't see it, it's not going to affect the kid. But is junk food okay to a certain extent in a child's system?
Junk food is food which has very low nutrition factors and very high calorie.
Right.
So I don't know which part of it is good for anybody.
Right.
But as I said, it's up to you. So some parents think, I can give her a treat, she needs to taste it, this is what she likes, you can't say no to her. So it's up to you, but if it was me, it will be a very, very, very seldom offer to my child, because you're not giving anything good, no nutritional factor at all.
But it's so tasty. It's good.
Let the child decide that for themselves when they're adults.
I am the voice of none reason. Wait, what's the opposite? You're the voice of reason. I'm not. Okay.
So how